OMG, the weirdest thing happened. I'm like on the west coast going down the #1 coastal highway, all just massive views and cliffs and switchbacks and nature, all nature, you know? And I'm just cruising along and I'm thinking, well, I stopped at a couple of different campsites and didn't work out. Some of them were hike in, and I got too much stuff in my car to be able to hike into a campsite. So, you know, tried a couple places, and then all of a sudden I pop out into Mill Valley, which is kind of a suburb across the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco. And I'm all of a sudden in this city, like driving through Friday evening rush hour traffic after like days of just cruising down the highway all by my lonesome, you know. And suddenly I'm stopped in traffic and I'm just following Google. I call her Gretchen. Thank God for Gretchen. People say the Google Maps things like separates you from your surroundings, blah blah blah, and you should just go old school. And I'm saying Gretchen saves my life. She makes it possible for me to actually experience the driving. And so I'm sitting there in this crunch, and I'm with all these other cars, and they all have California license plates, and suddenly I start feeling like shame, embarrassment, just because there's all these people around. Like I was fine on my own, you know, in the nature and just by the seaside, you know, with the big sunshine on the big sea. And all of a sudden there's all these strange people around and they all have California license plates, and I start feeling like the outsider. I start feeling like the other, you know, and I was doing the nationalistic thing where I'm like, I'm from BC and I've got all these stickers on the back of my car and everyone's gonna know I'm from a foreigner from far away, and I'm surrounded by strangers. And I started feeling all lonesome, and then I looked over right next to me and there's this older looking lady who's just like on her way home, probably from work on Friday night, and just looks like a total human being. And I realized I was doing the thing, I was labeling based on nationality, when really right beside me is just another soul just trying to get through the traffic in another city, in another part of the world, you know? Anyways, I just have to say the urban life is not for me. I like to be a countryman.
In 200 meters, use the right 3 lanes to turn slightly right onto California.
Good morning. We are officially south. I made it through San Francisco. I had to sleep in my car last night because, I don't know, there was a bunch of possible campgrounds and then nothing turned out, and I turned into one and it was closed, so I was just like, I'm sleeping here. So I made up my bed in the car and it was actually really comfortable. I had a great sleep. And now I'm in a place called Sand City, and there's palm trees and t-shirts and like a whole different vibe. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling like a foreigner, which I am.